guys, Howley here with you today. I got several different polymer handguns up here. Gonna do some little comparison, size, capacity, function. Most of them are striker fire, but I got a couple of single doubles up here. Glock 17, long slide, Walther PPQ, EA Witness polymer, 10mm. These two are 9, by the way. M&P by Smith & Wesson. This is 357 SIG. CZ P-09, 9mm. Then my everyday carry, my Springfield XD40 subcompact. I'm going to start off with the Glock up here. As I said, this is a long slide, so looks a little different than most people do. As you see, everything's open. I don't have any ammo for these over here. Standard, safe action. Does have the extended controls from the factory because this was their comp gun for a while. Days of tear down. Reason why a lot of people have been shot with their Glocks, you got to push those two little levers down right here before you pull that off. People don't realize you do that in a safe direction. Even if there's a round in the chamber, you won't shoot yourself in the stomach or hand. See all the internals in here. Nothing super special. Most people have seen a Glock before. Super easy tear down, super easy cleaning. Done. Nice reset on it. Good handling gun. I'm not a huge fan of the huge frame on them. It just feels blocky and large in my hand, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Next, Walther PPQ. A little more ergonomic in the hand. Has dual slide release on it. Makes it nice, convenient. Once again, has no external safety on it or anything. Everything is in the controller, not the gun. Does have safe action trigger on this. Tear it apart, much like the Glock. Push that down. Pull the trigger. Slide comes off. Internals, similar, not exactly the same. Striker fired, of course. Pretty simple. Quick tear apart. Out of all these, it is one of my favorites to shoot. Because it's just very ergonomically sound. It points very nicely. And it's just a pleasure. Next, EA Witness, made by Tanfoglio in Italy. This is the 10mm polymer version. 15 shots, 10mm. It's a lot of fun to shoot. Tear down on these is a little different than the previous two. You gotta move the slide back, line the two little marks right here up, which move back 16th to an 8th, somewhere in that area. Gotta push this out right here from this side. Pop the pin out. Everything comes off. Now, one of the huge differences on the CZ Witness design type of guns is your slide. On this, it actually sits down inside the frame instead of over the top of the frame. Some people say that makes it more accurate. Some people say it doesn't. Just more friction. I say they handle a little better because it gets the access to the board just a little bit lower in your hand. Easier to shoot fast, in my opinion, even in the 10mm. And the biggest issue that I have is your slide is so small as compared to something like that. You don't have a whole lot to grab on when you're doing a function check on the gun. And we'll get into that a little bit more here in a few minutes. Next is the M&P. Most people have seen these. Once again, a little more ergonomic than the Glock, in my opinion. You've got 3 different palm swells that you can put on here. I have the small on here currently. You got one that's medium and then a large that actually comes up on your beaver tail. The Gem 4 Glocks do have an interchangeable backstrap, which have addressed some of the ergonomic issues, but mine's a Gen 3, so it does not have that. Tear down on this is likewise simple. Always keep a safe direction. Internals, very simple. Mine's been gone over by ATEI. A little bit lighter trigger pull on it. Reset on this is a little more positive than they are from the factory. Like I said, mine is chambered in 357 SIG from the factory. But I also have a 40 cal barrel for it and a couple 9mm barrels for it, and it functions pretty much flawlessly with any of those setups. And a lot of people have complained about the resets on the M&Ps. It's not real loud, but you get a little more feel for it than the factory reset after Doug works his magic on it. Next is CZ P-09. I've always loved the design of the CZ guns. This is similar to the Gen 4 Glocks in that the back strap back here is removable. It's not as round as the M&P is in the back, but still ergonomically very sound. And with this, they changed the front of the slide a little bit because there's not a lot to grab on back here. So you can run a slightly different manual of arms with it. You can come over the front of it like that to load your first round out of the mag. Nice, easy to use. I like the front cocking serrations and how they've got this at a slight angle. Made it a little bit easier. From the factory, the CZ P-09, it comes with decocker, and it has a separate safety. You can actually pull the decocker out and put the safety on. I personally prefer the decocker for carry use, but that's just my opinion. This is just like the Witness. It's new, so it's still a little stiff. Pop the pin out. Slide comes off. Once again, rides down inside the frame. And you got the little, as some people call it, the retarded midget slide. Goes back together, nice and easy. On your marks up, pin in, pin in. Beautiful. And last, my XD. This is a subcompact version, 3-inch. This is my everyday carry. She's a little rough, a little beat up, but she's never failed me. The only issue I've ever had with it was ammo related. I've never had a failure to feed, failure to eject, failure to fire. That was gun related. It's again real easy, tear apart, flip up, pull the trigger, and you're good. Once again, always keep them pointed in a safe direction when you're disassembling these. Now, real quick capacity. Different firearms, different capacities. Of course, these are larger caliber, so we're going to leave this one out. This in 40 is a little bit lower than the 9mm version, but Glock 17 rounds. PPQ is 15, or you can get an extended base plate from Walther to hold 17, which is how my wife usually carries it, is with the extended base plate. M&P from the factory is a 17 round for the 9mm mags. CZ P-09 runs 19 round mags in the grip. Of course, 10 and 15 in those. Now, like I said, this holds 19. This holds 15. Size-wise, from the top of the slide to the bottom of the gun, you see the CZ is considerably longer. Line up the trigger guards, it's just barely longer. The PPQ, like I said, it just handles great though. Huge fan of it. The P-09, I wanted it mainly for a production class gun for this year, for an reaction pistol, and possibly even 3-gun. I'm not sure if I'm going to run that or my M&P yet. Of course, like I said, this is the long slide, 6-inch barrel. Looks kind of funny, standard Glock 17 comes to right there. Recoil impulse slightly different here, but still, pleasure to shoot. I'm not going to say one gun's better than the other. They all very fine firearms. None of them have given me any issues related to the gun. I've only had ammunition related issues. Running the 9mm barrel on here because I haven't changed my extractor. Occasionally I've had a couple failure to extracts, but that was expected. If I change the extractor out to 9mm extractor, I shouldn't have that issue. Other than that, all the guns run great. You really can't go wrong with any of them. Get them all in your hands. Go to a range that has rentals, used guns they'll allow you to fire. Get with your buddies that have them and will allow you to take them out to the range and shoot them. See what feels the best in your hand, what you shoot the best, what point's the best for you. Because these, along with the Berettas, the SIGs, and many others out there, they'll do what they need to do. All of them, their manufacturing is top-notch. Get what you're comfortable with. Once again, this is Holly. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.